Teacher Millie Beth Currie is the one in the hazmat suit, greeting Moultrie Middle School students in full contamination gear. She tells them there has been a chemical spill in town and she needs them to test for groundwater contamination. Each student team has a $36,000 budget, which seems like a lot, but it costs $3,000 to test just one well, so they can only test a total of 12. Each test is important. The students perform some tests, watch the results, and then test again. The room gets louder as they start getting more results from their samples. As they find pollution in the water, they start thinking about the implications. Will it creep into the town's water supply and make people sick? What about the animals in the area? And will it kill the giant oak trees on the lot?
Are the trees connected to the dirt?
Yes.
What's going to happen to those glorious big old trees?
While this class is tracking a groundwater contamination problem, other students are outside launching rockets they built in another class. These students built a computer out of wood and other parts in a club Miss Currie runs at the school called Women in Charge. She's been running the club for 20 years with the help of 2 other teachers.
The first thing that we put together was the actual screen and speakers. These wires go to the Pi, the Raspberry Pi, which actually is the connector of all of them. It's more of the brain.
And then this is the speaker.
This is what connects the speaker to the screen so it matches up.
Whoa! I saw a need for girls to start being assertive and giving them steps and avenues to become more assertive and self-advocate. And I teach them about what's happening, what's normal within early adolescence in that program, so that they understand that a very verbal, assertive girl in 5th grade, maybe 6th grade, there's a temporary time in 7th and 8th-ish that they stop asking questions and stop taking risks. And unknowing to them, by not doing that, there's a gap. When they're hitting high school, they're a baby step behind where they would have been, and the people that are going to ask questions and be assertive and say, wait, I don't understand, or email their teacher, whatever it is, they hit high school and they're where they need to be.
I like the designing part of the STEM and seeing it all come together. I had this 3D cup printed in the 3D printer with my initials on it. I had to design it first. It was really cool to see it go from the computer into real life.
Currie is firmly committed to challenging her students and making it fun and rewarding. She says her passion for STEM is reflective of the other great STEM teachers at Moultrie. She knows what a STEM education can do for today's young people.
You might have to give them a concrete example. That's what this was about, is giving them concrete data, so that, and then seeing it in the town and seeing where the contamination was spreading. That helped them think in a complex way, and they're learning just as much as somebody in an AP environmental class in this exercise. Mars rover was not their first try. So if those students realize that they can be critical thinkers and just dive in and go, wait, that's not quite right, what else? And they have that group discussion, they are really ready for employment, truly. Because they have to be critical thinkers, they have to work with other people, they have to think about the what ifs, and without that, they're not going to be employed. They're not going to be prepared for the 21st century.
I kind of want to be an architect because I like planning out before I do it. I like planning and seeing my materials and cutting them out, pasting them, putting them all together, and then making a final product and feeling proud.